Hey guys, this is Rick at Tasty Guitar. Today we're going to be talking about conquering the blues dead zone. Well, what is the blues dead zone? Well, I kind of refer to this as the space behind your typical blues box because it's very much an underutilized place, but a lot of great stuff lives there. Now, what we're going to be doing is breaking down 2 complete solos. All this is going to be transcribed in the tab and showing you some great uses of not only the minor pentatonic scale, but the Mixolydian scale as well for all 3 chords in your blues. Be sure to come by TastyGuitar.com to get the free tab on this lesson because you're going to get both solos transcribed completely. Also, check out the description below for information about membership at Tasty Guitar, and you can now support me on Patreon. All right guys, let's go ahead and break down this first solo, but before we do that, let me kind of explain the scale choices that I'm using here. Now, we are behind the blues box, okay? So you're in the key of B, and typically your blues box right there at the 7th fret, right? Your minor pentatonic. We are playing mostly between the 4th and 7th fret, typically what you would call position 5 of minor pentatonic. So for the 1 chord, that B7 chord, I'm choosing to use either B minor pentatonic or B Mixolydian. But most of the time, it's kind of a combination of both. For the 4 chord, again, I used a mix of scales. Sometimes I just stayed on B minor pentatonic. Other times I played stuff more around E Mixolydian. Okay, so the E Mixolydian scale you can find from the root of E right here. Again, flat 7. And for the 5 chord, typically you can either stay right on that B minor pentatonic, you could go to F sharp minor pentatonic, kind of around that area, or F sharp Mixolydian. All right, the first few measures are all based around B Mixolydian. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. Okay, then in that 4th bar, we're going to bend up the F sharp note there at the 7th fret on the B string. We're going to bend that up 1.5 steps to get the sound of the A note there. 1, 2. Right there on the and a beat 2. 1, 2. Then you're going to come down, back down to the F sharp note, to the E note. So here are the first 4 measures. 1, 2, 3. Moving into measure 5, we are playing around E Mixolydian. So you're coming off of that bend, landing on the D note, which is the flat 7 of that E7 chord, right on beat 1 of measure 5. And then at the end there, you're landing on the G sharp, which is the major 3rd of E7. That kind of puts us squarely in E Mixolydian. So let's take it from that 1.5 step bend in measure 4. 1, 2. All right, moving into measure 6, I'm going to lead you back to the 1 chord, starting in B minor pentatonic, but finishing out the lick in B Mixolydian. So, minor pentatonic there at the beginning. And then here we go into Mixolydian by sliding into that major 3rd. A nice example of mixing scales there. All right, moving into the 5 chord now, I'm thinking F sharp minor pentatonic here. It's a really nice sound letting that 5th and flat 7 of F sharp ring together. Then we're going to the 4 chord there, and I'm back in E Mixolydian. finishing out that lick back in B minor pentatonic. And in the final measure, we're taking it back to the 5 chord, and I'm thinking F sharp mixolydian here. There is that major third of F sharp. All right, guys, now I'll play the entire solo very slowly and also throw in a little bit of rhythm so that you can follow where we are. 1, 2, 3. All right, guys, let's go ahead and break down solo number 2 now. This time we are starting in B minor pentatonic. Here's the first lick. 1, 2, 3. Kind of that nice little shifty slide move up to that blue note there and back. On the second lick, we are going into B mixolydian. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a chromatic movement from the major third of B, that D sharp, all the way up to your F sharp at the 7th fret. And in measure 4, we're playing a nice little double stop here right out of B minor pentatonic. So the first 4 measures all together. 1, 2, 3. Moving into measure 5, we're going to our 4 chord here, and here we're playing E mixolydian. A nice little chromatic movement there from your root of E down to D, the flat 7 of E. Again. And then I'm leading you back into the 1 chord with B mixolydian. Kind of cutting that last note off there, a la B.B. King. Then I'm going to lead you into the 5 chord, and I'm thinking F sharp minor pentatonic here, doing this nice little double stop thing, starting on the root of F sharp, and then doing this double stop hammering on to the 6th fret from the 5th fret. It's a nice little move there, kind of an organ type of thing. Doing that 3 times, sliding down into the 4th fret. And then playing out of F sharp minor pentatonic there. That lick again. Then moving to the 4 chord and mostly thinking B minor pentatonic here. Kind of nice half step bend there. Back up and grab the root. Back down to that D. Ending that lick kind of back in B mixolydian with that G sharp note. So again, this lick. And then ending up back in F sharp minor pentatonic, going to the 5 chord. Kind of giving a little bit of bend there. All right, now I'll go ahead and play the entire solo here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 3, 4.